Season 3 of Dubai Bling has started, and I want to talk about episode 1, give some opinions about the recent drama of this season, and some of the new faces added to the cast. It all started when Mona, once again, whoever didn't watch my video explaining the drama on the first 2 seasons, I'm going to butcher the hell out of these names. Apologies in advance. But there was a New Year's Eve party thrown, which got us started on all of the drama. The biggest drama was probably with Farhana. Farhana had a lot of drama in this episode. It really started, though, with her and Safa at the New Year's Eve party. Farhana is upset about Safa spreading rumors that all of Farhana's Birkins are borrowed, even though I think Farhana's actually just mad because that's probably the truth. And that is what has Farhana so upset. Farhana, being this influencer, is saying also that Safa just wants to be an influencer like her, and that Safa is fake, that Safa thinks she's a bad bitch basically, and she isn't. Farhana said a lot of things about Safa, that she's a nobody who's trying to be a somebody by leeching off of her. It was a lot and kind of out of the blue, but not really. I mean, they've had beef in past seasons, especially last season, but offline on social media they always seemed friendly, which makes me think that this could be a bit contrived drama happening, and they both just want a storyline. It's kind of giving DJ Bliss and Chris from season 2 to me. But I think the bigger issue going on with Farhana is with her love life. And thankfully she's not on blind dates like season 2. I want to be spared of that. But her problems with her ex-husband and her ex-husband's girlfriend, who happens to be the person he cheated on her with, basically the home wrecker who wrecked her home, she has a problem with their son getting closer to his girlfriend, aka the home wrecker. And apparently they have some rule where their son Aiden is not supposed to spend time with his father if he is around the girlfriend / homewrecker. But it turns out that her son has met the girl because Farhana asked questions about a lady in a picture who was the girl, and Aiden knew who she was. So Farhana is very upset about that. So Farhana in a lot of drama going into this season, which that's how season 1 started, was Farhana in the drama. So it doesn't surprise me. Farhana also plays a part with one of the new faces, Jwana, who I believe is like an Iraqi actress, I want to say, and musical artist. Jwana was introduced at the New Year's Eve party as a friend of Mona, or whatever her name is, who was throwing the party, but she also is close to Jwana. And it turns out that Jwana used to be close to LJ, but they had a falling out, which is a theme with LJ. LJ gets close to someone, then does something really shady or bitchy, and then they fall out with her. We saw that with Farhana. They've since made up after season 1, but that was the first main beef of the series. We're seeing it now with Zeina. They have problems. LJ was being, or trying to be petty with Zeina at the New Year's Eve party. Zeina's husband, Hana, was very protective of Zeina in that situation. He kind of went at it with LJ. And I'd say LJ usually deserves the talk back that she gets. Season 2 ended with her being proposed to on a cliffhanger. We didn't get to see if she said yes or no. Turns out she said yes. But as we've seen since the show has been off the air, she's not married yet, and she doesn't really post pictures with the guy. She kind of explained in this episode that while she said yes, it didn't feel like she was very gung-ho about the idea, but that's not surprising where LJ is concerned. So LJ coming into this with beef with Zeina and now Zeina's husband with the newbie Jwana. LJ, her personality is so blah, honestly, that it's usually hard for me to root for her. You know, in season 1 and 2, they tried to humanize her more with her mother's story about how she hadn't seen her mother in a very, very long time since she was younger. And then at the end of season 2, like I talked about in my last video, they finally met up at the end of season 2, even though it seemed like that was just her mom trying to meet her daughter now that her daughter has a Netflix series. But now going into season 3, it's nice to see LJ getting a bad edit again, because I do think she deserves it. She can be one of the more irritating people on the show. But let's talk more about the stars of the show, and that is Ibrahim and Zeina. They are shown getting along now. Zeina is once again starting her own company, a realtor company, and Ibrahim has been very supportive. Or so we see in pictures and them talking about it together at New Year's Eve party. But then in confessionals, Ibrahim is acting threatening of Zeina again, which is fine by me. He warned in a confessional that there was going to be a surprise for Zeina. And with Zeina starting her own company, she was trying to get sweatshirts for her brand, which is the whole I am the company brand, which is what happened in season 1, which I explained in my first video. For new viewers or for old viewers who know this, the whole coffee incident at Zeina's job as a CEO, where Ibrahim was acting like he was going to buy the company, and she was saying, I am the company. That's kind of been her brand, her branding. But she gets these sweatshirts, and the I am is crossed out, and it's saying, I am not the company. And I believe that was from Ibrahim, once again being petty with the whole Zeina situation. I do think their rivalry is the most entertaining thing on the show, because we get to see both of their personalities really come out when they are jawing back and forth at each other. I will say, though, that in season 1 and 2, even though I'm sure some of the drama was contrived in season 1 and 2, I felt like there was at least real tension between them at times. This drama is giving more staged than actual tension, but I'm hoping it is still entertaining. But that's kind of 2 strikes this season, where the drama is more clearly staged than real tension, in my opinion anyway. We see that with Safa and the whole Farhana situation, and now with these two. I'd like to think they still have real beef and that there is still real tension. We'll see how it all plays out. We see in the previews, I believe it's Ibrahim getting into it with Zeina's husband again, Hana. So that could make it seem more real, because Hana's not like a good actor, in my opinion. So if he's actually feeling some kind of way, that will tell me that the tension is still real, like we've seen last season in season 2, that the tension was definitely real at times, because Hana was actually upset. That was really the main parts in this episode. We saw Ibrahim and Dinah with their new business adventure, and Dinah being upset with Ibrahim talking down to her in front of an employee. We also saw Ibrahim kind of messing with DJ Bliss, joking about the tension between DJ Bliss and Chris, because Chris and his wife had their child. And Ibrahim was joking that Bliss has seen the baby, which was a joke because Bliss and Chris are not close whatsoever. But DJ Bliss seemed a little irritated by that. And Ibrahim brought up some of those tensions with Dinah about her husband's tension with him, saying that maybe DJ Bliss is jealous of Ibrahim. Speaking of DJ Bliss, though, something I've seen online and also noticed at the New Year's Eve party is DJ Bliss wanting to sit next to LJ. We saw in season 2 that DJ Bliss was pushing for LJ to perform at his concert, calling her like a Barbie doll. he does seem to have this weird relationship with LJ. The speculation being that he has like some crush or obsessed with her. Obsession might be a bit far. But that is an interesting thing to watch. But maybe they're besties, just how Ibrahim and Zina are besties. There's another new face as well named Mahira, who's also like an actress. She joined Mona and Zeina for brunch or lunch or whatever it was. Her only real story so far is that she's also going through a divorce. Wasn't that interesting, honestly. Hopefully she gets a little bit more involved in the group drama. But I think that's pretty much episode 1. We've set up the tensions between Safa and Farhana, I think, the most. But also Ibrahim and Zaina's beefing is going to continue. Both of those two feuds seeming a little scripted, more so than real tension. But hopefully it comes off better. Or at least comes off good dramatic to watch, I'm hoping, because the show can bring the drama when it wants to bring the drama, whether it's contrived or real tension. And I'm just hoping for the best. I think Jwana could add to the cast and be interesting with her beef with LJ, but I don't know if anyone on the show can really get LJ to be entertaining. LJ is just so dry, and she also likes to walk away from fights in the first 2 seasons, which isn't, if you're going to be in a fight on a reality show, I want you to hold your own. I want you to be involved in the argument more and not just want to walk away. We'll see if the new girl can bring that out of LJ. Anyway, that's all for episode 1. I'll be talking about other episodes in this season 3 in the future. I don't know how many times a week I'll watch or post about this show particularly, or if I'll just do 1 episode at a time or 2 episodes at a time or 3 episodes at a time going forward. But yeah, I do enjoy this show though. It is an entertaining Netflix reality show, which is not something I say often about Netflix reality shows, to be honest.